Ugh. I don't even know how to start this video. Focus on the camera. What's up, everybody? Today's gonna be a different kind of video. It's not gonna be scripted. I guess it's not very much different from the ones that I do that are not scripted. You know what the fuck I mean. It's not scripted. There is no book that I pulled this out from. This is all life experience, which I believe makes it the best type of advice that I can give. Again, you don't have to fucking listen to me. I'm only 23 years young. What the fuck do I know, right? Whatever you want, you just keep watching, right? So, I'm gonna take it back to Thanksgiving week, right? Those 2 days that most people got off of work were one of the worst. I wouldn't say worst because there's no bad days. If you guys watch my videos, it's all a mind game. It was one of the most interesting week I've had in a while. And this isn't a reflection video. This isn't even a lesson video. This is a revelation video. This is a holy shit awakening video. Because all the things that I talk about when it comes to books, billionaire mindsets, I don't know, billionaire ideas, money ideas, self-development ideas are great. I mean, they're awesome, right? Yeah, it sounds good. But until you really live it or until you have an awakening, it really doesn't mean much. Now, this video is going to combine two things: faith and science, actual neurochemistry and brain function and wiring, right? Neurotransmitters, whatever, your amygdala, stupid shit like that. It's going to be two things. So I want you guys to stick around and really listen to this because it's going to show you guys that these two things are one. In a future video, I will be going into a little bit on the woo side for many people that don't understand, but there is no such thing as separation. That's just one. If you are deep into, what do you call it, quantum mechanics, then you know that everything is vibration, which means it's all sound, it's all frequency, it's all one. There is no separation, right? From this physical object to that physical object, it's all just sound. And if you're religious, Jesus himself said, the first will be like the last and the last will be like the first, when he was explaining things to people about how some people come in first and they will be last in the kingdom of heaven, and some people come in last and will be first in the kingdom of heaven. Well, that, if you break down that parable, doesn't mean that. It kind of means that everyone's equal to an extent, but it really means that there is a loop. It is all a circle. There is no separation. Last and first are the same thing. There's no separation between first and last. That's the deeper meaning of that. Whatever, I digress. So anyways, back to the fucking 2-day week we had for Thanksgiving, Turkey Day, where we had 2 days off of work. I could not work. I needed to make money. Call it greed, call it what you want. I just found this new drive that I have, so I'm gonna make the most of it. Now, a little bit of context before we get into the story why I believe it's greed is because I had received a check that I was not expecting. It was an issue that was resolved months ago. And I had already gotten that money through a bank. And somehow, some way, I know which way, and I know how, through the sacrifices with God. I can't get into specifics. But when you do things that are aligned with your purpose, the universe tends to guide and help you achieve what you need to achieve. And it will bless those who actually work and actually sacrifice. So I ended up receiving a check from the other party that was in between me and the party and the bank. So the bank sent me money, and that party sent me money. That money was enough to cover 2.5 days worth of work. I should have taken the time that I had free to spend time with my family and create more YouTube videos, but instead I wanted more money. So I ended up going to work with a family member. Well, that was the plan. I ended up not going with him. He ended up lending me the truck to go to work, in place of him, so I can go make some money. Appreciate him, big dog, love you. And I end up going to work. It's about 2.5 hours drive away from where I live or where we stay at. And everything went smooth, got to the job site, whatever, did what I could in the time frame that I had. And it was back to fucking home. So tell me why. I end up taking the GPS route, and it takes me away out of the highways. Instead of going through the highways, it takes me through a small road and in through the Los Angeles Forest. Now, if you're in California, you know what I'm talking about. If you're in California, around the Los Angeles area, there is the 14th freeway, and then there's the Los Angeles Forest way, right? And then you're going through mountains. It's like a big forest mountain highway, right? A lot of curves, you know what I'm saying? A lot of uphill, stuff like that. So I end up taking this road for some reason. And me not being so aware of my way around the area, why, I don't know, I end up getting a shortcut route pop up in my map. Go this way, right? And I look at the road, and it seems like a small road, but I'm like, okay, I mean, if the map is telling me this is a road, I'm gonna take this road like a dickhead, like a straight mushroom cap, right? And I end up taking that road, and this road is nothing but dirt and potholes. 1. 2, it is about the same length as a car or a truck. There is no room for anything, just going straight or coming back from the opposite side. So I'm driving, I get in there and I'm like, oh fuck, this is not good. I am empty on gas. I have about 10 miles of straight mountain terrain with potholes. So I can't be going too fast because you will go over the edge, right? And I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, again, I'm very, very strong in my faith and belief in God, right? And I believe that every challenge or every situation I'm put in is a test of faith, and it is a test to see if I will overcome it, or if I will freak out, or if I will put my full faith in the fact that everything is with God. So at first I was like, okay, I know what this is. This is a test. I'm driving this truck, I'm out of gas, the sun is coming down, I can't see shit, right? The truck has no lights. It has a ladder rack made out of fucking metal, but it has no like bright lights to be able to see. So once the sun starts getting down, and I'm about 7 miles deep into this, it's called the service road. It's the Los Angeles Forrest service road. If you guys research this fucking road, you will know what the fuck I'm talking about. And you will be surprised on how the fuck the story ends and why the fuck I'm even here to this day. So I'm taking the road, and we're about 6 miles away, and it just keeps going up the mountains. And I have to drive slow. I'm freaking out that the truck's gonna run out of gas, that I'm gonna be stuck in the middle of the freaking road with no gas. Now, I am a crazy motherfucker. 6-7 miles in the middle of a forest with a pickaxe, because he has tools in the back of his truck. Sounds like a fucking adventure to me, homie. I'm going through the fucking forest. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about being stuck in the forest. I'm worried about the fact that this is not my truck, and I don't know if this truck will make it to where it needs to make it, and if I have to leave, that it will stay in the place that I leave it at. That's my only concern. Through the whole ride, I'm just praying. I'm just like, God, look, I just need this truck to get out. I don't care if it stops me in the main road. I don't care. I just need this truck to be okay. So I'm zooming. It's already dark. I'm 6 miles away from the main road, going up mountains. I'm telling you, you can't even see 2 feet in front of you. And then there are some humps where you go over and you can't even see in front of you. So you don't know if that's over the edge of the fucking mountain or if that's the turn. You following? So every little turn, I'm like, like, whoa, what the fuck? I can't see shit. It's pitch black, maybe just the headlights, and they're very dim. So I'm going and I'm just praying like, come on, just give me enough gas to get to where I need to get to. I'll figure out the rest. My only concern in my head was that I get out. Nothing else. That the gas lasts. What I should have done was been calm and relaxed. Why do I say this? Because every minute and every mile deeper that I get into this fucking service road, I start speeding up a little bit more. So the truck starts bouncing and going like this, and it just starts wiggling and shit like that. And on my last turn before I had reached the peak, and I was going down now. So it was like a big, just going down, and I'm just swerving. I don't know how I even had the fucking cojones to just even do that, because I'll tell you later, that fucking drop was no joke. But I didn't see this at the time. All I saw was the little bit of road in front of me, the gas tank, and I'm just get this truck out of here. Anyways, on my last turn, I hit a pothole so heavy, the truck jumps, boom, the fucking ladder rack just falls, boom, breaks the back windshield. Fuck. Now I'm freaking out. Now I'm like, fuck. Because now, again, I'm not worried about being stuck in the forest. 6 miles, that's nice. That sounds like a nice jog for me. Everything else is left to God. You know how fucking awesome it would be if I fucking go into the woods, I fucking got a pickaxe and I'm running, and I fucking run into a cougar and shit. Now, obviously, I could die, but do you know how awesome it would be if I just fucking come out on the other side with a fucking cougar's teeth and head on my fucking head and I fucking mark them motherfucker? That'd be fucking cool. Alright, that'd be a story of the ages. Like, damn. And even if I died by a cougar, that's gangster. They found my body with a pickaxe and a fucking cougar slide. Bro, sick ass story. My main concern was this is not my car. Okay? So once the car fucking broke, I'm like freaking out at this point. I've lost almost all hope. I'm fucked. God is so great. Everything is so planned out perfectly that I end up taking off the fucking, the heavy fucking ladder rack, and I take it off the truck because now it's already off. It's off the hinges. It's just scraping the truck. So I get up, fucking power lift this motherfucker and throw that shit. Boom. Go back into the truck. Come on. Boom. Turn it on. It turns on. God bless. Not 1,000 feet away. If I would have just remained calm, relaxed, don't worry. Now 1,000 feet away, 2 trailer parks in the middle of the forest. 2 great white gentlemen, Dana and Lorenzo. Big dogs, man. Come out of their little trailer park to a fucking Mexican without a shirt tripping out that he's got no gas. Beautiful, beautiful experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Who's this fucking frijol right here? But they were so kind. God's people. They lended me 5 gallons of fucking gas and showed me the way out of the forest. I wish the story ended there. I ended up coming back home, freaking the fuck out, because now I have a destroyed truck that was lended to me and no fucking ladder rack. So I can't sleep. I'm like, I need to get that ladder rack and I need to fix this window before my family member comes and sees this fucking bullshit that I've done. So early as fuck in the morning, I had promised Lorenzo and fucking Dana that I'm gonna come back because there is a fucking ladder rack somewhere in that forest. I need to come back. I'll be here at 9 a.m. Next morning, boom, show up at 9 a.m. Long story short, they weren't there at first. As soon as I was leaving the campsite where we agreed to meet up at, they show up in their Jeep. Perfect divine timing. Gotta have faith, gotta have hope. I said I was gonna find that fucking rack, and I will. They end up showing me the road to where we were going, and they're like, after we get to a certain point, we need you to show us where you went because we couldn't find that ladder rack. Well, okay, cool, you guys probably made a wrong turn. We end up finding the fucking turn where I first made when I ran into them. And not even, like I said, not even 1,000 feet, maybe not even 100 feet, to be honest. There's the fucking rack. Boom, right where I left it. I look over the edge to the right side because now it's day. Now I can see. This is the low point. Okay, this is the low point of the mountain. This is when after I was coming down, that motherfucker was like 300 to 400 feet drop. I look up to the mountains where I was coming from. Oh my God. And I was telling these guys this story, and they're like, oh, you came from Big to Hunger. That's the street you came from. I'm like, yeah. They're like, they look at each other. They look at me. They're like, my friend, that is no man's land. That is no man's land. And you had no lights? How are you even fucking here? That road has no service. Nobody goes through that fucking road. And it's just certain fucking death, man. What the fuck? That kind of made me feel like a fucking G. Like, yeah, you motherfucker, I really went through no man's land. You know what I'm saying? And lived to tell the story. I want to take my family member that, you know, I did this to his truck to and hike that fucking road so he can see himself. This is nothing short of understanding how the brain works and having faith. Why do I say that? I am in a level of spirituality where I don't separate science and God. right? You have to get to that point, right? If you're just on the science level, then this story's still gonna apply to you because it's gonna make sense. And if you're in the religious, there's gonna be science to explain your religion in this part, right? So, what did I learn from this? What did I see besides that I'm a fucking awesome badass, right? I just fucking did some shit that almost nobody does, right? But it's not that. What was the lesson? Faith and belief and hope are not only good for your soul because it keeps you calm, but it keeps you pushing forward when there is literally no other way. And when you are calm and collected, you don't make stupid decisions like I did, which was rush the fucking truck and go, you know, and make dangerous turns that could have easily ended my life. Because you remain calm and collected, right? These are teachings that they're taught in the Bible, right? That's one. Two is doubting God or doubting that everything is working out for your best interest. Now, you can go as woo as you want. You can call it a coincidence, but I know for a fact that God knew that there were people not too far away, that I was not going to get stuck in those woods. It was a test of faith. When you're put in a position of danger and death, will you doubt me? And at first I didn't for a while. Once the truck got destroyed, it did kind of weaken. I'm not going to lie. But throughout that time, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make it. God wouldn't put me in a position that I couldn't get out of. And even if this truck stops, worst case scenario, I will jog those fucking miles. I will do it. I don't care. And I think God knew that. I think you can sense that. Like, yeah, I know this fucker would do that shit. So I wasn't afraid of not really dying because I couldn't see. I think God had made sure that it was dark because I could not see death that was literally inches away from me at any little small wrong turn. Inches. Like, I wish I was exaggerating. And because it was dark, I didn't focus on, oh my God, well, I don't want to fall, because what you focus on, you tend to attract and do. What you fear, you tend to do what you fear because your mind is fixated on that end result. So by fearing, you attract literally that which that you don't want. So the fact that I was blinded to the danger and my only focus was to get out, and my faith was pretty strong at first, I fucking did the unimaginable. Like, you go through that fucking terrain in a car at the speed that I was going to, I promise you guys, you will either stop the car and swear to not move because you refuse to move, you will die, or you're just gonna freak the fuck out and die. So I know for a fact if I was able to see that fucking drop, I'm not gonna act tough, guys. I would have fucking freaked the fuck out. But the fact that I went through this experience in the dark with such confidence with God, and every turn blessed, and even the ending of this fucking journey was blessed, my faith grew so much stronger. I'm like, what the fuck? Never again will I doubt any situation I'm in and fucking doubt God. Never again. Don't fucking talk to me and doubt God to me either, because I'll get mad as fuck. That shit'll piss me off. I don't care if you don't believe. Sucks to suck, buddy. But it was God, it was a fucking amazing experience. Getting that truck fixed, I already fixed the window, whatever. That experience, I'd pay $1,000 for. I'd pay $3,000 for. I'll pay whatever money I have to. Because that experience literally took the understanding of fear out of the equation in anything that I do now. And I understood that if I was able to see that drop, I would have most likely died because I'd been afraid my main focus would be to not die, thus ending up in death. So they say to be grateful, focus on the positive, focus on this, because your mind will attract and your mind will focus on these specific things. So when people pray, it makes no sense to say, please heal me from this sickness. You motherfucker, you're focused on the sickness. There's always something to heal. You're doing it backwards. Don't pray in a way that is of lack or fear or begging. You're doing it wrong. You're focused on the illness. You're focused on the lack. You're focused on the situation. That's not how you do it. My only focus was to get out of there and make sure the truck was intact. It wasn't even for my own life. It was just for that. And when your intentions and your actions match up, the universe will make sure you are okay. When you are selfish, I could be like, oh my God, what if I die? What if I run in here and I don't know what to do with it, and I don't have food, and I don't have water, and I. It says it in the Bible. Those who hold on to their life will lose it, and those who give it away freely will have it. You have to understand these parables. You have to understand the real meaning of these things. It is crazy to me. These religious texts, it doesn't have to be just the Bible. It could be Buddhist teachings, Hinduism. It could be, Islamic. It doesn't matter. There is sprinkled truth in all of these religions, just like there's sprinkled truth in science. Although science, for some reason, what I don't understand from these people is that they base their whole fucking understanding in science, even though science is constantly changing because it's constantly auto-correcting itself. Because again, we have smart minds working together, whatever. Yet, you guys don't lose your faith in science when something's proven wrong and then refined and, told that it's actually something else. You guys still believe it. But these timeless fucking messages, these timeless artifacts, these timeless ancient civilizations and ancient fucking teachings, you doubt that because it doesn't coincide with what we can perceive. I'm not here to judge, okay? Because I too like science. I like to understand why, but there are truths and then there's the explanations of truth, and that's science. Truth, it's unperceivable. We can't really perceive it. Pretty sure there's a study out there that says we can only perceive about 5% or less of what true reality is with our senses. Less than that. And you're gonna base your understanding and belief in something that you can't even fully perceive? You wanna use logic to explain things when you don't even have all the data. Your own fucking thinking has a huge plot hole in that bitch. Because you're saying, I need to see facts. But you can't even prove a fact if you don't even have 100% of the information. Shit, you don't even have 50% of the information. But you're gonna say that's true. Okay. Whatever. Anyways, guys, belief, faith, that is the fundamental thing. Don't be selfish. It's another thing. Moral of the story, faith and belief. Focus on the positive thing. Do not focus on your own life. Do not focus on the sickness. Focus on the result and have full-blown faith. Do not freak out. Calm and collective will get you there.